BalconyTV!
Welcome to BalconyTV Auckland. I'm SIR-VERE here with James. Welcome.
Thank you.
What song are you going to play for us today?
It's a song called I've Smoked Too Much.
Cool, take it away.
More than twice I've enjoyed the delight of a rapper, rolled it up and blocked out the clatter, vibrating up from the bowels of the planet below. I smother the world's problems in a cloak of illusion, and clarity comes from confusion. I don't need much but the sound of a steel guitar, or the sound of my own voice in the bell of a saxophone. Toot, 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 once again I find my toenails need clipping, my tongue is numb, and my nose has been dripping. I've been sniffing for about a week now. My hair is looking duller and lanker, it's longer. I've never looked much like a gangster, but now I don't look like a gangster at all. There's a sudden lack of excitement in my day. All my exhibitionist neighbors have moved away. I've smoked too much. I've smoked too much, and my mind is losing the memories of your sweet touch. My lungs have never felt worse, less of a blessing than a curse. I'm looking through an empty purse, and I've seen the cleanness of my dreams all turn to dirt. Toot, toot, toot-a-doo. Toot, toot, toot-a-doo. Toot, toot, take the time of your life and times it by 3. That's what we get when we leave the city. You're a pretty girl, but you look better in the country. We could sense each other's thoughts all night and stare into pupils under the moonlight. We won't be apart until one of us is dead. But which one of us will that be? Now there's panic running through my head. I've smoked too much. I've smoked too much, and my mind is losing the memories of your sweet touch. My lungs have never felt worse, less of a blessing than a curse. I'm looking through an empty purse, and I've seen the cleanness of my dreams all turn to dirt. Toot, toot, toot.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we know you as James, also been in Brunettes and various other bands. What do you prefer? Oh, you got the new Lawrence Arabia now. What's your favourite thing?
I kind of like to pretend I'm Lawrence. I mean, you know, it's, as you know, it's nice to have a pseudonym. Maybe. You know, maybe it takes you, I don't know, it takes you out of the personality that you're used to being as James or Phil or whatever, you know. I don't know. I like to, you know, it's kind of awkward for me. I feel, you know, as a sort of middle-class white guy, it feels a bit weird having a pseudonym. It feels a bit, you know, I feel authentic or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you think that when you have a pseudonym, that means you can write kind of whatever you want behind it?
Yeah, I like to think of it, but I can't, you know, I can fall out of character from time to time. And but, I mean, it helped me, especially when I was sort of starting out, it really helped me be a character and be a performer rather than being an awkward person, which is what I generally kind of am.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it just helped me be a little bit more outrageous than I was used to being.
Yeah, sure. Interesting.
Yeah.
But you're also involved with the BARB project as well.
Yeah.
How does it? How do you fit all those people? Because, you know, some of them are quite big personalities. How does that work? Is it an easy process?
Most of the time it's really easy, actually, because everyone's got pretty similar sense of humour and musically quite, you know, similar interests. So generally the process of making music as a group is great, and it's also we're all used to being solo.
I would have thought that would have made it harder.
Well, no, not really, because it actually everyone is doing the other thing, and it has that sense of it. The pressure of doing your own thing isn't there anymore. So suddenly everyone's got the same sense of like, wow, this is totally free, and there's not nearly as much riding on it.
There must need to be a decent amount of chemistry between the people, though, because you can put a bunch of people together that won't necessarily gel, though, right?
Yeah, we knew there was some chemistry there. We knew we knew it was going to be okay. Yeah, it wasn't just a total social experiment, but yeah.
And a couple of years ago, you won the Silver Scrolls. I was down in Christchurch for that. Is that a big honour, winning something like that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was totally surreal. It still felt like a really successful school prize giving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the school prize giving I'd never had, but especially being in Christchurch, my family were there, and it was like,
yeah, that would be amazing, eh?
Yeah, it was.
Who performed your song that night?
Beckronga.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That must have been quite weird. Was that a bit weird?
Yeah, that was actually. I mean, that was pretty neat. It was kind of the rest of the night was being quite surreal, and I was just having all these conversations and getting a little bit sloshed, but then that was kind of actually the moment when it was actually quite. That was the one moment where I sort of got to sit back and really enjoy it.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, eh?
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Is it another Lawrence Arabia project?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of recording. An album right now, and I got a tour in December and doing a BARB. We're doing our first BARB show. Proper.
Oh, nice.
We're doing it at the Tiawanga Hall, Community Hall, and then doing a show at Rhythm and Vines. And then we've got to finish the album, and something else is going to happen.
Lots of stuff going on. Yeah, cool.
Heaps going on.
Awesome.
Actually.
And online, what's the best site to people to keep up with what you're doing?
I've got lawrencearabia.com, which I try and update at least once every 2 months. Yeah, that's
cool.
Probably the best place. Or
Awesome.
Facebook, stalk me on Facebook.
It's always a good thing to do, eh? Well, thanks for joining us on BalconyTV Auckland, man.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having me.